on dreams. Don't leave anything on the table when you leave this world behind. Make sure everything you wish to accomplish on this earth is done before you go. It is okay not to have goals if you want to live a superficial and aimless life. A person who dies without goals dies without regrets. Actually, they are already dead. But a person who dies without pursuing their goals, without walking their path, is a person who dies with their light still in them. A simple question to ask yourself is, if you had $100 million, but you still had to work 40 hours a week, and you could choose anything in the world, what would you do? Your answer to this question is the answer to your life. Is it to create art? Is it to write? Is it to become a great leader? Is it to work with those who are less fortunate? It is okay to dream. It is not okay to have a dream and then ignore it, because paying the bills was more important. It is not okay to work in a job you hate while you ignore your passion for dancing. It is not okay to be focused on paying down the mortgage while the canvas for your masterpiece lays blank. It is not okay to work hard for the weekend while your desire to write gets suffocated by cigarettes and alcohol. It is not okay. Those without dreams, goals and ambition are already on their deathbed, waiting to die, wandering around, looking for any form of distraction. There are a lot of people wandering around. They have no dreams. They have no goals. They have no direction. If there were ever any dreams which had once existed inside of themselves, they have done a perfect job of squashing them into the dirt. Where are we without our dreams and goals? We are merely existing for the sake of existing. We have come no further than the animals if all we do is raise our children. Now, raising our children is honourable. Raising children to be good people is even harder. It takes a lot of time, hard work, and enthusiasm. A lot of people can't even get that part right. So to all of you doing your best to raise your children and developing honourable values in your family, congratulations. You've taken on the most important challenge we were put on this earth to do. But guess what? Life doesn't end at 60. It doesn't end at 70. A lot of people will live past 80. The question is, what are you going to do when you've completed your task of raising a family? More importantly, are you going to work half your life away just to complete your task of raising a family? Working half your life away is fine if your vocation is also your avocation. What I mean is, if you work half your life away on something which you are passionate about, which also brings in enough money to support you and your family, then congratulations. Just keep doing what you're doing. But if you are working at a job which has nothing to do with your dreams and goals, and you hate your job, and you can't wait for retirement because you'll never work another day in the field, then stop. Sit down. Take some time to think. Reflect and dream a little. What example are you setting for your family? to raise a family which brought you joy. You had to use half your life on this earth at a job you hated. Does life not hold more for you than that? Should you not be setting an example for your children to follow their dreams? Or are you going to show them that dreams aren't possible? Or that goals and what we are passionate about aren't achievable? Perhaps you'll just say, this is what everyone else does. So just wait till you're 65 and then you'll get a chance to follow your dreams, your childhood passions, your talents which were annihilated early. Maybe you'll just tell them to get a job to earn money so they can buy a house and a car, then work longer hours to accrue enough time to take a holiday away, pack their bags and fly away from their house, which they now barely spend any time in because they're working long hours. We spend a lot of time at work. It's half our lives. We can't afford to be miserable, unfulfilled and bored in half our lives in order to try and enjoy the other half exhausted. If we don't match our dreams to our work and create our life's work, we will be too exhausted to enjoy the other half with those we love. You cannot be consistently unhappy and unfulfilled at work and happy and fulfilled outside of work. Eventually, the emptiness of our jobs starts to spill into our private lives. We leave work exhausted and unhappy, and eventually, that exhausted, unhappy attitude makes it through the door of the house. Like an unwelcome visitor, it lowers the mood of all those you come into contact with. If you don't think your negative attitude has a negative effect on those around you, then congratulations. You must live in a bubble. I know I've been in plenty of situations where someone's angry mood completely dropped my energy levels. We have an effect on others, whether we like it or not. Consider someone who is always smiling and laughing and has a great attitude. Chances are very good that they contribute to your feeling better when you are in their company. If you work at a job you dislike in order to live or in order to raise your family, whether you like it or not, you won't be able to give your best back to the people who deserve it most, the ones you love. What's the solution? You have to think deep. You have to turn off the TV. You have to turn off the games. You have to unplug the computer. You have to stop and think.